Now, the issue of the South African refugee in Canada and many other issues has exposed South Africa to be a deeply divided nation. The blogs continue to host South Africans who are throwing opposing racist views at each other. The saga also made it clearer that some South Africans don't have faith in the government's ability to fight crime, provide equal employment, and continue to build a non-discriminatory and free South Africa. We're joined now by Dr. Gustav Gous, who is president of the Professional Speakers Association of South Africa, or Southern Africa rather. Dr. Gous, good morning to you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Great to see you again, Vuyo.
Welcome. Are you getting the sense that South Africans are losing faith in the country's ability to create a harmonious populace?
Vuyo, there was such a lot of hope after 1994 that people will find each other. It's almost a honeymoon period. But it seems to me that people are really sort of getting on each other's case again.
Yeah.
So, and I think there's a big reason for that.
What is the reason for it?
I think the reason is that people expect that it must just happen, that people will get together. But they don't realize you actually need a very specific ability to do that. I always ask myself, why is that some marriages work and some not? Why is that some companies, joint ventures work and some not? Why is that some cultures find each other in countries
and others not? Why?
And the reason is there is an intelligence to it. Because what happened in South Africa, we got together, the problem was removed, apartheid.
Yeah.
But the ability to deal with each other was not established. So instead of having lots of money thrown at seminars, intercultural intelligence seminars, the ability to deal with other, teaching each other to deal with each other, we only focused on legislation. And instead of doing attitude training all over the country and literally focusing on what I call intercultural intelligence ability training.
Yeah. And how do you cultivate that? Is it by getting people together at seminars? Is that the only way to go about it?
You know, in the past, the way people tried to cultivate that was by diversity training programs. In the corporate world where I work the most, people did diversity training. But the problem with that is that if you do a diversity training program, you create awareness, but you do not create ability. I always say diversity training only helped us to train people to be diverse, but it didn't do the ability training. Example, Army General said, diversity trainer, people came in, and it caused more problems in his unit than before. The reason why, because it created awareness. Now I really know how much I differ from you, and I really know I can't deal with you. But what is the next step? After awareness, you need ability. And there are abilities isolated.
How do you create ability, though?
Now,
how do you create the ability to deal with that challenge?
Now, ability is this unique process. I call it the AAA, sort of ability and, first of all, attitude, ability, and action. You cannot create ability if there is not an attitude change, because most people have this attitude of I'm actually a cultural critic. So this is what I think, this is what you think, and quite frankly, I think you're wrong.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's the end of the story.
And that's where people are now.
Yeah.
If you look at the SMSs, that's where people are now, coming through. But the attitude is to say, but listen, this is my opinion, this is your opinion, it's interesting, where are you coming from?
Yeah.
So it is changing from a cultural critic to a cultural learner. That is the starting point. If we go into companies, example, one company named and shamed for lack of progress on BEE status, had to get consultants in. The sort of the miracles you see on ground level, where people go through this attitude change to say, but tell me more about it.
Yeah.
Tell me, where are you coming from? And then go through the steps of equipping people, which there is also a very specific program we put people through to transfer that ability.
Can, what do you think, what's the expression, can the leopard change its stripes, though?
You know, it can. It can be taught. Emotional intelligence can be taught. Therefore, intercultural intelligence can be taught.
Yeah.
And the basis of intercultural intelligence is actually a three-step thing. It is to step out of your world, because nowadays people are sitting in their safe environments and shooting at each other with SMSs and with bad accusations of racism. But step out into the world of another person. Create the tension, even experience the irritation of being in another person's world. But then to step up to a higher level, to say, but let's create space for each other. My question is, did any politician bother to phone that guy in Canada to say, listen, you went through a tough time?
Yeah.
Did anybody step into his world?
Yeah.
Did he bother to step into the world of politicians? Say, guys, it's your task to protect us.
Yeah.
Please, help me in this. I'm suffering.
Nobody claimed the higher space in this regard.
Nobody claimed the higher space.
Dr. Gous, thank you very much for some interesting insights. Thank you very much for coming in to talk to us here on Morning Live.